Okay guys, ready? So let's begin. Now, as we transition through the adolescent years is a crucial stage of life. More so than any other stage, this is the one that will define the person that you will become as an adult. See, the childhood years establishes a foundation, but still, the adolescent years are going to be the crucial years that will shape going one way or another. If you had good, rewarding adolescent years, you can really take your life on a very positive route, even if you had a rough childhood. If on the other hand, you had a really good childhood, but you had really tremendous, difficult adolescent years, your life may now, take a different route and go on a very dark path. So, I say we pay a lot of attention to the adolescent years. This is a crucial stage of life, a very important stage of life. And specifically, there's a couple things that we want to know about this stage. One, adolescents think very differently from the rest of us. And there's a reason for that. Through the adolescent years, the limbic system remains overactive, which leads to some changes. The thing is, the overactivation specifically in areas of the brain are related to your hypothalamus. The limbic system is a collection of structures that we've seen before, and the collection of structures that lays in the limbic system serves a variety of different functions. But specifically, if we narrow our attention down to the hypothalamus, we know that in the hypothalamus, for the most part, it remains somewhat dormant through the childhood years, but in the adolescent years, it wakes up. And as it wakes up, it leads to the production of hormones. The production of hormones specifically follows through the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland obeys from the orders of the hypothalamus that sends a command to start the production of hormones. This remains specifically overactive through the entire adolescent. The hormones are going to change body parts, are going to lead to changes in the body parts, are going to change, the rhythms of sleep, schedules of eating, attraction, eroticism erupts in the mind of an adolescent. That's normal. It's part of being an adolescent. However, I want you guys to pay special attention to one side effect of this. Because all this happens, what tends to be most of the interest of social scientists is what happens though to the thought process of an adolescent. Because in the adolescent years, the limbic system, which keeps the hypothalamus in it, becomes overactive due to the production of hormones. There's a side effect. Right next to the hypothalamus, within the limbic system, you have your amygdala. We have talked about the amygdala before. It's a small structure deep within the brain. The amygdala serves a variety of functions, but the main one, emotions. So, really take some time and look at the model. What is this telling you? See, through the adolescent years, because of the continuous production of hormones, your pituitary gland along with your hypothalamus remains overactive. Right next in the limbic system, you have your amygdala. And the amygdala is responsible for emotions. So through the adolescent years, because of the overactivation of the amygdala, emotions rule behavior. Through the adolescent years, we tend to be over emotional. This may not always be a bad thing, it can be a good thing. In the over emotion driven behavior of an adolescent may become quite passionate for things. An adolescent can become quite passionate about friends. An adolescent can become quite passionate about music, about sports, about hobbies, about religion. And of course, it can also become over passionate through relationships. That's all normal. That's all normal. That's a normal part of being an adolescent, really. If you're listening to this and you're in your adolescent years, you may notice that indeed your behavior tends to be a little more emotional than how you were when you were a kid. And far more likely it's going to be like that compared to how you're going to be when you're an adult. When we get older, our prefrontal cortex matures, which makes us a little bit more thoughtful, a little bit more reason-driven, a little bit more analytical. But through the adolescent years, our amygdala is overactive. When we, as an adolescent, fall in love, we fall in love like hard. When as an adolescent you like a song, you become super passionate about music, what it means to you, what it does to you. That's all normal. It's important to know emotions ruling behavior is not a bad thing, it's a normal thing. But it does leave the adolescent somewhat vulnerable. If there's going to be a stage in life when peer pressure is going to be harshest or strongest, it's going to be in the adolescent years because emotions tend to rule their behavior. If there's going to be a stage when adolescents can be predisposed, or not predisposed, but at least more pressured to fall for the use of substances, then of course the adolescent years are especially crucial for that. But on the other hand, if you take the opportunity to encourage an adolescent to think better, to make better decisions, this is a crucial stage to make those changes, to make that shift. Emotions rule behavior, leaves our minds somewhat vulnerable as adolescents, but that's not a bad thing. That can be a good thing depending on how it's taken. So very often people refuse to work with adolescents because they can be annoying, they can be difficult, they can be loud, they can be noisy. We were all adolescents. If there's going to be one stage in life where you can make a big impact, it's always going to be the adolescent years. And that's because emotions rule behavior. If you see a group of adolescents getting together, going to the movies, and right away you move your eyes saying, "Oh crap, this is gonna be awful." You were an adolescent one day, probably you were like that as well. I was like that as well. But realize there's a reason behind it. Don't discourage it, don't get away from it. Tackle it, make the most out of it, encourage it, motivate it. Be a motivating factor, be a mentor to an adolescent. This is a crucial stage to make a difference. And with that, we're going to close this specific lesson, all right? And good work.